Okay, everyone come in. Hit that like and share button. Hit that like and share button. I'm just relaxing on my couch, reading up, keeping up with the news. And as I've been telling you all, right, uh, for the last past year, we're going to see gas prices skyrocket again. And this is more detailed than just, me going, using numerology and breaking down the biblical cycles, right? This gives more detail. Let me pull the article up. So again, come in, hit that like and share button. What's going on with OPEC and how this going to affect the United States? Again, all of this is always, as always, strategically designed. Uh, Thank you. Got one thumbs up. Come in, come in, come in. You all. When you hit that thumbs up, it shares this information with other people. It boosts the algorithm on YouTube and our other platforms. But first and foremost, it lets me know that you appreciate the knowledge and the information that I'm giving out. That's most important by just simply coming in and hitting that thumbs up. So trying to find a comfortable position here. Hello, Lee Brown. You all, when you come in, let me know what financial changes you have made to prepare for the recession. Drop it in the comment. Let me know what have you done financially to prepare for this recession that will be a depression. Let me know what have you done. Have you improved your credit if that relates to you? Have you started a side business if that relates to you? Have you took advantage of creating extra cash flow through a side business? Have you started a home-based business and increased your take-home pay out of your paycheck, right? Making more money, get more money out your paycheck, working the same hours that you've been working. This without working overtime or asking your boss for a raise. Um, have you begun to stock up, right? Are you getting foods that have long shelf life? Are you investing in cash flowing assets and or assets that will be give you a high return on your investment during this recession, aka depression? That it will evolve into a depression. And last but not least, if you can't tell me anything that you're doing, right? Any change that you're making, and I mean this with all sincerity, why do you keep watching my channel? Like, why? Why watch it? Um, I was listening to Robert Kiyosaki today. Again, when uh, okay, Lee is participating. Thank you, Lee. Accumulated real estate, silver, and utility crypto. Great moves. All three of those great moves. I just made a post on my Facebook page that I would not be investing in any. I would not invest in any land out of California right now. I don't know. California is both burning in some areas and underwater in other areas of the land. So I don't know why people would want to invest in any land out of California right now. There are some great deals in other parts of the world and the United States as well. Mexico, Texas, right? But I don't get the California part. I don't know unless you just really really find the steal. And then someone said made a post about most people cannot afford land in California. I'm like, everything in California is priced high. Everything from the gas prices is high to now you got people that's homeless in California. They're living out of their luxury vehicles, right? They are pulling their luxury vehicles up to tents in California. They're in a BMW, a Mercedes, right, a Audi, or whatever, and they pulling it up to tents. because they cannot afford the house note, but they can afford the luxury car note. People don't get fooled. This is no knock against people driving what they want to drive, but don't let the status symbol fool you. Just because you see a BMW or Mercedes symbol and somebody's driving, people are homeless driving those vehicles in California. So don't let someone driving it, whether it's a high end Maybach or something, 6-figure G wagon. Don't don't allow that symbol and don't think my channel is a channel against people wanting and driving and having high end luxury items. That's not what I'm here for. It's sometimes people come on my channel and say things like, I got a Hyundai and I'm gonna drive the wheels off of it. That's not my point. If that's what you want to do, that then you do that. But that's not. I don't believe in having a mindset that you don't want to accumulate better things in life. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, if you are driving those vehicles and you don't have assets, then shame on you. Allow your assets to pay for your liabilities. And sometimes you have to do the things that you hate to get the assets that you love, people. Let me say that again. Sometimes you have to do the thing you hate to get the assets that you love. Let me see this. Lee said, since I've been watching you, I have accumulated. Lee, congratulations on the 13 doors. You all are coming in, 13 real estate doors. I want you to tell Lee, congratulations. I am so, so, so proud for you, Lee, right? Because I think you was telling me at one point you was driving trucks. So I know you're not probably not driving trucks anymore, but maybe you are, because I'm a you know uh, 6-figure investor, and I decided that I would go back, especially when crypto took that crash in September, that I would go back from the workforce from like 8 to 1 and just get more money to invest with and have cheap benefits. I tell people all the time I make money out of all 4 of the cash flow quadrants that Robert Kiyosaki educate and teach on. I make money out of all 4 of those as an employee, self-employed, but I take that earned income and I convert it into passive income. Right, I take it. Then I started uh, getting the maximum amount of my paycheck through a home-based business tax deductions. And now when I make more money, then I have real estate. So now when I make more money, I still get taxed less, right? Ogon says buying silver. It's a great choice. Hello, Miss Bowles. Hello. And speaking of buying silver, and again, congratulations, Lee. I am a silver investor, which means I'm not a silver collector, which means I don't buy silver for just sentimental values, or I mostly don't. I look at the trends and I buy silver according to the market trends and what's going on in the economy. The most collector's type silver that I purchased was Queen Elizabeth, but that's because I know what her death is going to bring to the marketplace and to the monetary system. And with her portrait not being um, printed on money anymore, I know the value. In fact, some of the people that got into the silver stacking program with me, they purchased some Queen Elizabeth silver last week, and it's already doubled in face value. That's just how quick that investment uh, made a turnaround for them. And so, again, I'm usually not a sentimental investor, but I had to get this. This is the 2022 Canada Underground Railroad. Um, and this is it's $99, but you get a discount as a member price. and it also has Queen Elizabeth portrait on there. And so this is the Underground Railroad Black Artist, extremely limited amount. It's only 5,500. So these are things that make silver more valuable as well, right? Is the amount of mintage, and usually things like this can only be found with the Queen of Coin Silver website that I have on the bottom. It is custom made by this company. And so this represents from the early 1800s to 1865, at least 30,000 enslaved people of African descent um, was converted and by to British North America by way of network of routes and safe houses. Many of these freedom seekers, many of these freedom seekers, men, women, and children travel by foot and often at night to avoid recapture. Once in Canada, they found a refuge in Black communities and settled in parts of Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, where they were secured their freedom, but not free from discrimination. So I definitely got this very limited mint of the Underground Railroad with Queen Elizabeth portraits on it at the same time. So um, that's just something I purchased today. But now let's get into the topic. Lee says, I still have my courier business, which I hire my routes. Thank you so much for how you do and your persistence. Thank you, Lee. Thank you so much for all your encouragement and your great words. And I'm so, so happy for your success. So happy for your success because um, you're doing what you have to do, what you should do. You're positioning yourself for this great reset, which is going to bring in the wealth transfer at the same time. So now, OPEC to cut oil production by 2 million barrels per day to share up prices, defying U.S. pressure. So OPEC, the Organization of Petroleum and Exporting Country, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, on Wednesday agreed to impose deep output cuts, seeking to spur recovery in oil prices despite the United States or the U.S. pressure to pump more. Crude prices have fallen around, or they were roughly around $80 per barrel from more than $100 and $120 in early June. I don't know if you all noticed this today, but I did. Gas prices went up about 10 cents, increased about 10 cents in my state. I don't know what it looks like in your state, but crude oil prices had fallen to $80 per barrel from more than $120 in June, early June. Um, and this was amid growing fears about the prospect of a global economic recession. I have been telling you all that you do know this is going to be a global recession. It's going to be a global financial system reset in which cryptocurrency, gold, and silver will be not cash. Cash is not going to be used to reset this currency system. Crypto, gold, and silver. Physical cash is going away. And why that's important, because you have so many people chasing physical cash still. And they're not taking that cash and converting it into assets. So a group of some of the world's most powerful oil producers on Wednesday agreed, and it's today Wednesday? Yes, today. Agreed to impose deep output cuts seeking to spur a recovery in crude oil prices despite calls from the United States to pump more to help the global economy. Now, let me tell you this. The United States was not going over there to OPEC to get them to pump more oil like the news is telling us. They was over there begging, President Biden administration was over there begging them not to dump our dollar. That's what it really was about. The news, Ryan, all they're saying, like, did you all watch that Tyler Perry? What's the name of that? She kept on saying, Brian. I can't think of the name of it, but um, Ryan. We ain't screwed. The people that's not preparing are screwed, not us. Honey, we preparing. We playing chess over here. The government's playing poker. We're playing chess. And Ryan, guess what? I redid my logo. I'll show it to you. So I dropped the crypto, right? Because if you don't know, first I was queen of credit. I did credit repair. And then I stopped talking about credit to educate about crypto because I saw where this economy was headed. And now I'm talking about coins, right? Silver, particular, not gold. So I said, you know what? Let me just, I'll show it to you. I made a logo this week that represents everything I talk about: coins, crypto, cash flow, credit, and I'm going to add another C, which is corporations. And I'm going to add another C. Corporations meaning do not earn money under your Social Security. It's just far too many people who just earning money under the SSN. They're not earning money under a 470 business model, which is 470 tax deduction, the highest tax write-offs that you can get. Most people form LLCs, S Corp, and C Corps, and they're not even making enough money to have that, right? It is levels to this. And I'm going to do a live stream about the 4 steps, the 4 levels you should take before you even consider forming an LLC or LLC tax as an S Corp or just an S Corp. And so, Ryan, the 4 C's are credit, cash flow. No, 5. Crypto, uh, corporations, which means the 470 home business tax entity. You should not be earning money under your social security number only. And then you advance to an LLC or an S corp. In most cases, most people are not ready for C corps, but those are just big corporations, right? And then coverage, knowing what type of life insurance policy works for you. Knowing what type of life insurance policy works for you. I've been talking to business partners. We're also going to educate people about trust entities, and for pet owners, how to get life insurance on your pets. That's cool, isn't it? That's really, really cool. So back to OPEC, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. It's very nice. OPEC and non-OPEC allies, a group that often referred as OPEC Plus, decided at their first face-to-face gathering in I think it's Vienna since 2020. Listen, said they haven't met face-to-face since 2020 to reduce. Listen, you all, listen, to reduce production by 2 million barrels per day. They're going to reduce 2 million barrels per day, right? From November. 2 million per day from November. So starting November, energy market participants had expected OPEC Plus, which includes Saudi Arabia, Russia, to impose output cuts of somewhere between 500,000 to 2 million barrels. The move represents a major reversal in production for the allowance, which slashed output by a record 10 million barrels per day in early 2020 when the demand plummeted due to the pandemic. The oil cartel has since gradually unwounded those record cuts, right? So oil prices have fallen roughly to $80 a barrel from more than 120 in early June. So this is beginning this month, according to this article, the production cuts. And I hope you all know the United States has been, President Biden has been selling the United States oil reserves to other countries, right? In light of today's action, the Biden administration will also consult with Congress on additional tools and authorities to reduce OPEC's control over energy prices. You know they can't do that. Biden has directed the Department of Energy to release another 10 million barrels per day from the reserve next month. That's November, people. So we got December, January, even February to make it through. The statement added that OPEC Plus announcement served as a reminder why it is so critical that the United States reduce its allowance or reliance on foreign sources of fossil fuels. To be sure, the burning of fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and gas, and chief driver of the climate economy. Now you know they're already talking about hurricanes, right? We're in hurricane season as well. That usually spike up the prices of gases. I mean gases of gas, right? And so with this being said, United States is gonna blame other countries or OPEC, as they always do, But energy allowances said the actual impact of the group's supply cuts for November likely to be limited with the unilateral reductions by Saudi Arabia, the Arabs, Iraq, and Kuwait likely to do the main job. So, with this being said, in other words, people, gas prices are coming. Further squeezing already tight supplies will be in the slap of face for customers. OPEC is, you know, causing price above stability and a great uncertainty in the oil market. So uh, he added that oil will likely return to $100 a barrel if possible. And this is what the economist is saying. This is really no surprise to us. I mean, right now they just put in a media news report behind it. Been telling you all for um, all this year, pretty much, right? I don't really call what I do prophetic because it's just understanding future, it's understanding the numbers, it's understanding the news, it's being able to decode the Bible. A lot of people that's saying prophetic or using that term are not even prophesying that the Great Reset is coming. And I think that's a great disservice to the people that they preach to or they teach. And maybe they don't see it. So maybe they're not as prophetic as they think they are. This is another article. OPEC will cut production by 2 million barrels a day, likely sending gas and oil prices back up. It is going to happen. It is going to happen. So, yeah, OPEC alliance, and this came today, 2 million a day. Um, is going to, you know, send gas prices higher again after a year of um, turmoil at the pump. And in this statement announcing the cuts, the OPEC uncertainty surrounds the global economic and oil market outlook. Not only will gas prices skyrocket, people, it said this will have the most negative effect on lower and middle class countries that are already reeling in elevated energy prices. The decision by the oil cartel and its allies announced in Vienna comes after the price of oil and gas spiked this summer amid Russia invasion in Ukraine. And President Biden again sought out to reduce gas prices and less stress on Americans' wallets ahead of the midterm election. So a lot of people think that, because of local elections, that they thought gas prices during this time and fall would go down. But the average price of a gallon of gas on today is $3.83. The national average, and this is the highest since August. $3.83. The prices on the West Coast hitting $6 a gallon and higher, while Texas and Gulf Coast States have price dipping below $3 in some area, but expected those prices to spike back up again. You have at least 6 California refineries that are undergoing maintenance, and so that has limited the supply to the West Coast from locations in the east of the Rockies. I mean, come on, all this stuff, all this stuff. They create the perfect storm. They create the problem, wait for the reaction, then come in and tell you what the solution is to have this currency system reset and to reset this currency system and to move to Fed coin. Ms. Bowles, who's in California, California gas prices per gallon. Yeah, I visited Vegas last month, Ms. Bowles, and I saw Vegas was right over that $5 tip. Yeah, Ryan says midterm election November the 8th. Everything is going according to plan. Yeah, Ty said prices are skyrocketing. Right, prices are skyrocketing out of California. And so you all listen, if you are in the California area and you know some people that work a job and they can use less taxes taken out their paycheck so they can have more money coming into their household. Tell them to get now. You don't have to be in it if you don't want to, but I have a home-based business that's going to have experts that going to analyze their paycheck and add the 470 deductions to their paycheck. So that means they have less taxes and they position themselves where they won't have to owe taxes. Tell them to text the number on the screen, 254-788-1144. Now, you could get a referral payout if you joined it, whether you need the services or not. But if you help people that need it, you could get referral residual payout. But some people just don't have it. Listen, in this economy, you need residual income now more than ever. See, this is the financial lesson people don't know, is that in 1971, when President Nixon removed the dollar from the gold standard, the dollar became debt. The only thing that can pay off debt is your labor in form of taxes. This is why you're spinning your wheels if you don't have a tax reduction wealth plan or just a tax reduction plan, period. Because the more money you make, the more the government is going to take. That's if you flip real estate, flip forex, flip crypto, that's capital gain taxes as well. That's why you are told by the government school system to go to school, get a good job, get an education, go to school, get a good job. Because it is systematically designed to create employees and not entrepreneurs. And so the informal education that you get, as Jim Rohn says, right? Formal education will make you a living. Informal education will make you a fortune. The informal education that you're getting will make you a fortune and will make you rich in this recession. If you don't make the right move, if you're playing checkers, if you're playing bingo, if you're not playing chess and the government is playing poker or Russian roulette, whatever you want to call it by the government, you're not going to survive. Because the middle class is going to get poorer and the rich and wealthy is going to get richer. Most people can't even afford utility bills right now. No longer, no, not just gas and going back and forth to where they can't afford their utility bills. Listen, if you have a chainsaw and you have access to land that has trees that can get you warm, keep you warm in the winter, you are blessed. If you don't have it, I highly advise you to get it. Right? I'm walking for real. My rent with utilities went up November 350 more on top of what I'm currently paying. It can't can go up to 100 every year until 2030. I want to leave California and I live in an older apartment. Ms. Bo, how do you earn your income? Like, do you have a job or a paycheck that you get through a job? Or are you interested in helping people that have jobs or paychecks? Because this investment to increase your cash flow is very inexpensive that can help you fight and offset inflation. Thank you, Ty. Ty said get the lights up, but Ty, if you can't tell my voice, I'm tired. I'm about to take a power nap. Excuse me, I'm about to take a power nap. I'm tired. I may live stream later on. Give me 2 hours of rest. But I just want to tell people to prepare. I'm going to leave you with this, though. I want to leave you with this. Retire. Okay. We have retired people that come in and help working people with these paycheck adjustments and to get extra additional income. They help working people. Let me see. This scripture that I was meditating on this morning in the Bible from the book of Joshua 1 and 8, that this book of law always should be on your lips. Meditate on it. It's just amazing to me how many religious institutions, how many churches do not even teach meditation. See, the only time that success is mentioned in the Bible, meditation is mentioned as well, right? And all the time where success is mentioned in the Bible, meditation is mentioned with it, but churches don't teach on the power of meditation. I was also focusing or meditating on Genesis 11. And in Genesis 11 and verse 5, I think around verse 5, it goes into that. Thank you, Ms. Ball. Yeah, I'm about to rest. It goes into that the people were of one language and one vision, right? And they could have whatever they imagine. Something you don't learn in religious institutions is the power of meditation and imagination, right? Meditation, imagination. And I'm just gonna make up a word right here, actionation. Some people don't take action on nothing. And I'm okay with that. Listen, I have a daughter at home. I have to look out for me and mine first. People keep playing with this and keep playing and keep playing. I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna change. And this is coming like next month. And I already know I'm mentally prepared for the people that have been watching me for a long time to come to me with the sob stories about their situation. And I'm like, you've been watching me for 2 years, right? That was your decision. But Joshua 1 and 8, keep this book of the law always on your lips. Meditate on it day and night. So you may be careful to do everything written in it. Now, this is the part most people look over, right? Let me read this from the King James Version. That thou mayest observe to do. You all see that right there? That Nike check mark. Nike says just do it. The many people skip over this, that you may observe to do according to all that is written. You got to do it. You got to do it. You can meditate, you can imagine, you can speak it. You can speak it in tongues. You can speak it in affirmations. You can speak it in English. You can speak it in Spanish. You can speak it in French. You can speak it in Russian. You can write it on sticky notes all over your bedroom or bathroom or wherever. And your mirror when you first wake up, you can have it on the screensaver on your phone. That $2,733 a day will make you a millionaire. But if you do not do, the book of law should not depart out of your mouth, but you should meditate day and night. And the purpose of meditation, so you can observe to do all that is written. For then, once you do, then happens. See, you got to do for then to happen. Nothing in this scripture in Joshua 1 and 8 that tells you about how to get success tells you to pray. For my religious people, hope and prayer is not in here. It says to meditate, to observe, and then to do. And then you will, you will make your way prosperous. You, not Queen, not Allah, not Yahweh, not Yeshua, not even Jesus, not God, not Buddha, not Yehusu or Yehuso. That's a whole nother name. That's the name before Jesus. Y'all don't even know that. Yehuso, which you spell like the USA, USA. That's where the USA come from. Yehusa. No, none of that. That was the name before Jesus. You do know the letter J is only about 500 years old, right? Then you will make your way prosperous. And then you will have good success. The Bible is a book about success formula. It's a book about prosperity. It's a book about how to create peace in your life, prosperity, and success. How to make good practical decisions, right? Where you want to be taken advantage of. And this is probably old news, but I went at Home Depot today and I live streamed this video. I didn't know, like, this is probably old news for people that are religious shoppers, because I'm not a religious shopper. I don't spend money like that on the holidays. In fact, my friends and family knows that they're going to give gift cards for the holiday gifts, right? So it could be attached right off to me. If you don't like the gift card, then I give you nothing, right? It's either that or nothing. And I didn't know already that the Christmas decorations are out. I asked the work, I said, you all always do this the first week of October? He said, yeah, we don't want to have any, a lot of leftover Christmas items in our inventory. So, he said we have Santa Claus singing and the werewolf howling for Halloween at the same time. It's Home Depot today. I told you all that most people cannot build assets. They cannot get financial freedom. It's because big businesses has programmed them how to take their money every month. You have people right now that's looking at how to get an early tax refund just so they can go spend it on Christmas shopping. And then they're going to be broke by April again. Big business already advertising to you how to take your money. They do it 365 days out of the year. They create the holidays to get your money. And this is why most people will never have an asset-free lifestyle. They will never, ever live a life where their assets are financing their lifestyle and not their labor. Because they have a spending mindset. I got to take this phone call, you all. They have a spending mindset and they have a victim mindset. I love you all. I'm glad that's not you, though. That's not you all. I love you all, Queen.